It's me. You know, suddenly I realize I'm going 60 miles an hour and I don't remember the last 5 minutes of it. I can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Maybe it's your glasses. You never went for your new glasses.
Oh, I see everything. I came back 10 miles an hour. It took me nearly 4 hours from Yonkers.
You just have to take a rest, Willie. You can't continue this way.
I just got back from Florida.
Yes, but you didn't rest your mind. Your mind is overactive, and the mind is what counts, dear.
Well, I'll start out again in the morning. Maybe I'll feel better in the morning. Oh. These goddamn arch supports are killing me.
Take an aspirin. Should I get you an aspirin? It will soothe you. Soothe you.
I was driving along, you understand? I was even observing the scenery. You can imagine me looking at scenery on the road every day. But it's so beautiful up there. And the trees are so thick and the air is so warm. I opened up the windshield just to let the warm air bathe all over me. And then suddenly, I'm going off onto the shoulder. I tell you, I absolutely forgot I was driving. If I had gone the other way over the white line, I might have killed somebody. So I went on again, and after another 5 minutes, I'm dreaming again. I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
Willie, dear, talk to them again. There's no reason why you can't work in New York.
They don't need me in New York. I'm the New England man. I'm vital to New England.
But you're 60 years old. They can't expect you to keep traveling every week.
Well, I'll have to send a wire to Portland in the morning. I'm supposed to see Brown and Morrison at 10 a.m. to show them the new line. God damn it, I can sell them.
Why don't you go down to that place tomorrow and tell Howard you said we've got to work in New York? You're too accommodating, dear.
Well, if old man Wagner were alive, I'd be in charge of the New York area. That man was a prince. He was a masterful man, but that boy of his, that Howard, he don't appreciate it. You know, when I went north the first time, the Wagner Company didn't even know where New England was.
Well, why don't you tell these things to Howard, dear?
I will. I definitely will. Is there any cheese?
I'll make you a sandwich.
No. I'll take some milk. You go on to bed. I'll be up right away. Say, the boys in?
They're sleeping. Happy to biff on a date tonight.
You figure it out. You work a lifetime to pay off a house. You finally own it, and there's no one to live in it.
Well, dear, life is a casting off. It's always that way.
No. Some people accomplish something. Did Biff say anything after I went out this morning?
You shouldn't have criticized him, Willie, especially when he just got off the train. You mustn't lose your temper with him.
When the hell did I lose my temper? I simply asked him if he was making any money. Was that a criticism?
But dear, how would he make any money?
There's such an undercurrent in him. He's become a moody man. Well, did he apologize after I left?
He was crestfallen, Willie. You know how he admires you. I think that if he finds himself, you'll both be a lot happier and not fight anymore.
Finding yourself at the age of 34 is a disgrace. Shh. The trouble is, he's lazy, goddammit.
Please.
Biff is a lazy bum.
They're sleeping. Go get something to eat. Go on down.
Why did he come home? That's what I'd like to know. What brought him home?
I don't know. I think he's lost. I think he's very lost.
Biff Loman is lost. In the greatest country in the world. A young man with such personal attractiveness gets lost. And such a hard worker. That's one thing about Biff. He ain't lazy.
Never.
Well, I'll have a good talk with him in the morning. I'll see if I can get him a job selling. Oh, he'll be big in no time. You remember how they used to follow him around in high school? Well, when he smiled at one of them, their faces lit up. When he walked down the street, why...
Willie, I got a new kind of American-type cheese today. It's whipped.
Why do you get American when I like Swiss?
I thought you'd like a surprise.
I don't want a surprise! I want Swiss cheese! Why am I always being contradicted?
I thought you could use a change.
Why don't you open a window in here, for God's sakes?
They're all open, dear.
They boxed us in with the windows and bricks and windows.
We should have bought the land next door.
The street is lined with cars. There ain't a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. The grass don't grow anymore. You can't raise a carrot in the backyard. They should have a law against apartment houses. You remember? Those old days. More and more I think of those times with the lilacs and then the wisteria. And then the peonies would come out and the daffodils and oh, what a fragrance in this room.
Well, after all, people had to move someplace, dear.
No, there are more people now.
Oh, I don't think there's more people.
There's more people now! That's what's ruining this country. Population's getting out of control. Why, the competition is maddening. You smell the stink from that apartment house over there? There's another one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Come on and try it. And be quiet.
You're not worried about me, are you, sweetheart?
You've got too much other ball to worry about.
You're my foundation and my support, and
Just try to relax, dear. You make mountains out of molehills.
I won't fight with him anymore. If he wants to go back to Texas, well, we'll let him know.
He'll find his way.
Oh, sure. And certain men don't find themselves till later in life, like Thomas Edison or B.F. Goodrich. One of them was deaf, you know. I'll put my money on Biff.
Biff, I think Pop is back.
Oh, and Willie, if it's warm Sunday, we'll drive in the country and open the windshield to take lunch.
The windshield don't open on those new cars.
Well, you opened it today, dear.
Me? I didn't. Oh, isn't that peculiar? That's remarkable.
What, darling?
That is the most remarkable thing.
What, dear?
I could have sworn I was driving that little Chevy today. 1928, when I had that little red Chevy. Oh, you remember how Biff used to simonize that car? The dealer couldn't believe that it had 80,000 miles on it. I could have sworn I was driving that car today.
So, it's nothing, dear. Something must have reminded you.
That is remarkable. The way he simonized that car. Well, you get some rest. I'll be right.
Jesus. Maybe he snatched up the car again.
Be careful on the stairs, dear. The cheese is on the middle shelf.
He's going to get his license taken away to keep that up. I'm getting nervous about it, you know, Biff?
His eyes are going.
I'm chewing with him. He sees all right. He just doesn't keep his mind on it. I drove into the city with him the other day, and he comes to a green light, and he stops. And then it turns red, and he goes.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Pop, he's got the finest eye for color in the business, you know that.
Going to sleep.
You're not so sour like that, are you, Biff?
It's all right, I guess.
Yes, sir. 80,000 miles. 82,000 miles. What?
Hey, you smoking?
You want one?
Yeah, I can never sleep when I smell it.
What a simonizing job. I can.
Funny, Biff, you know that? I'm sleeping in here again. In these old beds. All the talk went across these two beds. Our whole lives, huh?
Yeah. A lot of dreams and plans.
There's about 500 women that would like to know what was said in this room.
Hey, you remember that Big Betsy something? What the hell was her name? Over on Bushwick Avenue.
Oh, with the collie now.
Yeah, that's the one. Hey, I got you in there, remember that?
Yeah, that was my first time, I think. Oh boy, that was a pig. Taught me everything I know about women, Biff. Don't forget that.
I bet you forget how bashful you used to be, especially with girls.
Oh, I still am.
Oh, go on.
I just control it, that's all. I think I got less bashful than you got more so. What happened to the old humor? The old confidence? What's the matter? not mocking you. He just...
Everything I say, there's a twist of mockery on his face.
He just wants you to make good, that's all. I've been meaning to talk to you about that for a long time, Biff. Something's happened to him. He talks to himself.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning, but he's always mumbled.
Not so noticeable. It got so embarrassing I sent him to Florida. And you know something? Most of the time he's talking to you.
Well, what's he say about me?
I can't make it
Well, what's he say about me?
I just think the fact that you're not settled, that you're still kind of up in the air.
I think there are one or two other things depressing him now.
Well, what do you mean?
Just don't lay it all on me, that's all.
I think you just got started. Is there any future for you out there?
I tell you, Pat, I don't know what the future is, and I don't know what I'm supposed to want.
What do you mean?
Just, I spent 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. Shipping clerk, salesman, business of one kind or another, and it's a measly manner of existence. To get on that subway in the hot mornings in summer, to devote your whole life to keeping stock or making phone calls or selling or buying, to suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation when all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off and to always have to get ahead of the next fella, and still that's how you build a future.
Well, are you really happy on a farm? Are you content out there?
I've had about 20 or 30 different jobs since I left home before the war, and it always turns out the same. I realized it lately in Nebraska when I herded cattle in the Dakotas and Arizona and now in Texas. That's why I came home now, I guess, because I realized it. Well, it's spring in Texas now, see, and they've got about 15 new colts, and there's nothing more inspiring or beautiful than the sight of a mare and a new colt. And it's cool there now, see? Texas is cool and it's spring. And anytime spring comes to where I am, I suddenly get the feeling, my God, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing playing around with horses $28 a week? I'm 34 years old, I ought to be making my future. That's when I come running home, and every time I get here, I don't know what to do with myself. I've always made a point of not wasting my life, and every time I come home, I know that all I've done is to waste my life.
And you're a poet. You know that? You're an idealist.
No, I'm mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married. Maybe I gotta get stuck into something. Maybe that's my trouble. I'm like a boy. I'm not married, I'm not in business, I'm like a boy. How about you? Are you content, man? You're a success, aren't you? Are you content?
Hell no.
Well, why not? You're making money, aren't you?
All I can do is wait for the merchandise manager to die. And suppose I get to be merchandise manager. He's a good friend of mine, and he just built a terrific estate on Long Island. And he lives there about 2 months, and he sold it. And now he's building another one. He can't enjoy it once it's finished. And I know this is what I would do. I don't know what the hell I'm working for. Sometimes I sit in my apartment all alone, and I think of the rent I'm paying. It's crazy. And then again, it's everything I always wanted. My own car, apartment, plenty of women. Still, goddamn it, I'm alone.
Hey, why don't you come out west with me?
You and I, huh?
Sure. Maybe we could buy a ranch, raise cattle, use our muscles.
Alone?
Yeah, sure, we'd be known all over the counties.
That's what I dream about, Biff. Sometimes I want to stand up in that store and rip my clothes off and outbox that goddamn merchandise manager. I could outbox, outrun, outlift anybody in that store, and still, I gotta take orders from these common petty sons of bitches till I can't stand it anymore.
If you were with me out there, I'd be happy.
You see, Biff, Everybody around me is so false. I'm constantly lowering my ideas.
Maybe together we would stand up for one another. We'd have someone to trust.
If I were around you,
You know, half the reason we weren't brought up to grub for money. I don't know how to do it.
Neither do I.
Then let's go.
The only trouble is, what can you make out there?
But look at your friend. Builds an estate and then hasn't the peace of mind to live in it.
Yeah. When he walks into the store, the waves part in front of him. That's $52,000 a year coming through the revolving door, and I got more of my thinking than he's got in his head.
Yeah, but
I gotta show some of those pompous, self-important executives that half moment can make the grade. I want to walk in the store the way he walks in. Then I'll go with you, Biff. We'll be together yet, I swear. Take those two creatures we had tonight. Weren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, most gorgeous I've had in years.
I get that anytime I want. Whenever I feel disgusted. Only problem is, I get to be like Bowman or something. I just keep knocking them over. It doesn't mean anything. You still run around a lot?
No, I'd like to find a girl, steady, someone with substance.
That's what I want, boy.
Oh, go on. You'd never come home.
I would. Somebody with character. Like Mom, with resistance, you know? You're going to call me a bastard when I tell you this. But that girl Charlotte I was with tonight is engaged to be married in 5 weeks.
No kidding.
Sure. The guy's in line for vice president of the store. I don't know what gets into me. Maybe I have an overdeveloped sense of competition or something. I wouldn't ruin it. Furthermore, I can't get rid of it. And he's the third executive I've done that to. Isn't that a crummy characteristic? To top it all, I go to their weddings. I like I'm not supposed to take bribes. Manufacturers offer me a $100 bill every now and then to throw an order their way, and, well, you know how honest I am, see? But it's like this girl. I hate myself for it. But still, I take the girl. I love her. What's the matter?
Let's go to sleep.
I guess we didn't sell anything, huh?
Well, just have one idea that I think I'm going to try.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, you remember Bill Oliver?
Sure, all of us very big now. You want to work for him?
No, but when I left, he said something to me. He put his arm around my shoulder and he said, Biff, if you ever need anything, come to me.
I remember that. That sounds good.
I think I'll go see him. If I could get $10 or even $7,000 or $8,000, I could buy a beautiful ranch.
I bet he backed it, because he thought highly of you. I mean, they all do. You're well liked. That's why I say to come back here. We both have the apartment, and I'm telling you, get any baby you want.
No. Well, with a ranch, I can do the work I like and still be somebody. I just wonder if he still thinks I stole that carton of basketballs.
He probably forgot that long ago. That was over 10 years. You're too sensitive. Besides, he didn't really fire you.
No, but I think he was going to. I think that's why I quit. I do know that he thought the world of me, though. I was the only one he let lock up the place.
Yeah, you gonna wash the engine, Biff?
You hear that? Doesn't he know, Mom? Can you hear that?
Oh, don't get your sweater dirty, Biff.
You hear that? Isn't that terrible? Don't leave again, will you? You gotta stick around. I don't know what to do about it. It's getting so embarrassing.
Oh, what a Simonizing job, Biff.
Mom's hearing that.
Go on to sleep, but talk to him in the morning, will you?
With her in the house. Brother.
We should have a good talk.
Selfish, stupid.
Okay. Oh, Biff, you got a date? Oh, that's wonderful.
Sleep, Biff.
You just want to be careful with those girls, Biff. That's all. Don't make any promises. No promises of any kind. Because the girls, you know, they always believe what you tell them. And you're too young to be talking seriously to girls. Too young entirely, Biff. You want to get your schooling first. And then when you're all set, there'll be plenty of girls for a boy like you. The girls are paying for you? Whoa, I wondered why you were polishing the car so carefully. Well, That's it, Happy. You're doing a good job. Biff, I tell you what, the first thing we gotta do is we gotta clip that branch over the house. I'm afraid it's gonna fall in the storm and hit the roof. I tell you what, we'll get a nice rope, we'll sling her around, and we'll climb up there with a couple of saws, and then we'll take her down. Oh, as soon as you finish doing the car, boys, I got a surprise for you.
What do you got, Dad?
Oh, no, you finish first. You never leave a job till it's finished. You remember that. Oh, Biff, you know, last time I was up in Albany, I saw a beautiful hammock. I think I'll get it the next time I'm up there. We'll bring it down here and hang it right between those two beautiful elms. Boy, wouldn't that be something, just sitting there swinging underneath the branches? Well, that would be something, huh? What do you say? Yeah. Okay. Wow, Biff.
How's that, Pop? Professional?
Hey, terrific job, boys. Good work, Biff.
Where's the surprise, Pop?
Oh, it's in the back seat of the car.
Boy, gee, what'd you get us, Dad?
Never you mind. It's something I want you to have.
Well, what is it, Dad?
It's the punching bag.
It's got your signature on it.
Gee, how'd you know we wanted a punching bag?
Well, it's the finest thing for the time.
I'm losing weight. You notice, Pop?
But jumping rope is good, too.
Hey, did you see the new football I got?
Huh? Hey, where'd you get a new ball?
Coach told me to practice my passing.
And he gave you a ball, huh?
Well, I borrowed it from the locker room.
I want you to return that.
Told you wouldn't like it.
Well, I'm bringing it back.
Well, sure, he's got practice for the regulation ball, doesn't he? The coach will probably congratulate you on your initiative.
Oh, Coach congratulates my initiative all the time, Pop.
That's because he likes you. If anybody else had taken that ball, there'd be an uproar. So, what's the report, boys? What's the report?
Where'd you go this time, Dad? Gee, we were lonesome for you.
Lonesome, huh?
Miss you every minute.
Well, listen, I'll tell you a secret, boys, but don't breathe a word of it to a soul. Someday, I'm gonna have my own business, and I'll never have to leave home anymore.
Like Uncle Charlie, man.
Bigger than Uncle Charlie, because Charlie's not liked. Well, he's liked, but he's not well liked. Hey.
So, where'd you go this time, Dad?
Oh, I hit the road, went north, went to Providence, and met the mayor there.
The mayor of Providence.
Sure, he was sitting in a hotel lobby.
Whoa, what'd he say?
He said hello. And I said, hey, you got a fine city here, Mayor. And then he had a cup of coffee with me. Yeah, and then I went on to Waterbury. Waterbury's a fine city, famous for the Waterbury clock. Oh, yeah, fine city. And then I went on to Boston. Boston's the cradle of the Revolution. Fine, upstanding people there. Then a couple other towns in Mass. On to Bangor, Portland, and straight home.
Gee, I'd like to go with you sometime,
Yeah,
Dad.
as soon as summer comes, huh?
You promise?
Yeah, sure. You and Hap and I'll take you and show you all the towns. New England, America, full of beautiful towns and fine, upstanding people. Oh, and they know me, boys. When I bring you up there, it'll be like open sesame for all of us. There's one thing, boys. I got friends. I got friends all up and down New England. I can park my car on any street and the cops will watch it like their own. Soon as summer comes, huh?
Yeah, you bet.
All right, we'll take our bathing suits.
I will carry your bags, Pop.
Oh, won't that be something? Me going into the Boston store with my boys carrying my bags? Oh, what a sensation. Hey, you nervous about the game, Jeff?
Oh, not if you're going to be there, Dad.
Oh, yeah? What do they say about you in school now that you made team captain?
There's a crowd of girls behind when you're having glasses changed.
Hey, this Saturday, Dad. This Saturday, just for you, I'm breaking through for a touchdown.
What are you supposed to pass?
I'm taking one play for Pop. You watch me, Dad. When I take off my helmet, that means I'm breaking out. And you watch me crash through that line.
Oh, why do I tell him this in Boston?
Where are you? You're supposed to be studying with me today.
Well, look at Bernard. What are you looking so anemic for, Bernard?
Oh, he's got to study, Uncle Willie. He's got regions next week.
Hey, let's box, Bernard.
Look at. Listen, Biff. I heard Mr. Birnbaum say if you don't start studying math, he's going to flunk you.
You better go ahead on with it. Go on now.
Oh, Pop, you didn't see my sneakers.
Hey, that's a beautiful job of printing. Ha!
Just because he's got the University of Virginia printed on his sneakers doesn't mean they've got to graduate him, Uncle Willie.
What are you talking about? With a scholarship to 3 universities, you're gonna flunk him?
But I heard Mr. Birnbaum say.
Nah, don't be such
he's liked, but he's not well liked.
Yeah,
That's right, Pop.
you see that's what I mean. He can get the best marks in school, you understand? But when he gets out in the business world, you boys are going to be 5 times ahead of him. That's why I thank the Almighty God you're both built like Adonises. Because the man who makes an appearance in the business world, the man who creates personal interest, is the man who gets ahead. Now take me for instance. I never have to wait in line to see a buyer. Willie Norman is here. That's all I have to know. I got straight out through.
Hey, did you knock him dead, Pop?
Oh, I knocked him cold in Providence, slaughtered him in Boston.
I'm losing weight, Pop. You notice?
Yeah.
Hello, dear.
Sweetheart.
How's the Chevy run?
Chevrolet isn't the greatest car ever built. Hey, since when do you boys let your mom carry the wash up the stairs?
Hey, grab hold there, boy.
What to, Mom?
Oh, hang them on the line. And you better go down to your friends, Biff, the sellers. All the boys that don't know what to do with themselves.
When Pop comes home, they can wait.
Oh, you better go down and tell them what to do, Biff.
I guess I'll have him sweep out the furnace room.
Hey, good work, Biff.
Hey, fellas, sweep out the furnace room. I'll be down in a minute. Hey, George and Sam and Frank, come out back. We're hanging up the wash. On the double, hat.
Oh, the way they obey you.
That's training, I'll tell you, that's training. I was selling thousands and thousands, but I had to come
Oh,
home.
the whole lot did get that game. Did you sell anything?
I did 500 gross in Providence, 700 gross in Boston.
No, wait a minute. I got a pencil.
Well,
That makes your commission oh my God, $212.
I didn't figure it yet, but,
Well, how much did you do?
yeah, I did 200 gross in Providence, and I actually came to about 180 gross on the whole trip, but...
180 gross.
Well, I would have done better, but 3 of the stores were half closed for inventory in Boston. Otherwise, I would have broke records.
Well, that's $70 and some pennies. That's very good.
Well, what do we owe?
We owe $16 on the refrigerator.
But it just broke again.
I know, dear, the fan belt, cost $1.80. It's one of those things.
But it's brand new.
Well, the man says that's the way it is until they work themselves in,
I hope you didn't get stuck on that machine.
The biggest dash of any of them.
Yeah, I know. It's a fine machine. What else?
You owe $9.60 on the washing machine. Oh, and the roof, there's $21 remaining.
It don't leak, does it?
No, they did a wonderful job. Oh, and you owe Frank for the carburetor.
I'm not going to pay that, man. That goddamn Chevrolet, they ought to prohibit the manufacturing of that car.
Well, you owe him $3.50, so odds and ends, we need about $120 by the 15th.
$120? If business don't pick up, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, next week you'll do better, dear.
Oh, I'm not going to call next week. I'll go up to Hartford. I'm very well liked in Hartford. And the trouble is, Linda, people don't seem to take to me.
Don't be foolish.
No, I know it when I walk in. They seem to laugh at me.
Why? Why do they laugh at you? Well, they don't talk.
I don't know the reason for it. I'm not noticed. They just pass me by.
But you're doing wonderful, dear. You're making $70 to $100 a week.
Yeah, but other men, I don't know. They do it easier. I got to be at it 10, 12 hours a day. I don't know. They laugh at me.
No, they don't laugh at you. You're very funny.
I know. I figure life is short. What the hell? Tell a couple of jokes, but yeah, well, maybe I joke too much.
You don't joke too much. You're just lively, dear.
I didn't tell you this. Last Christmas when I was going in to see the buyer at J.H. Stewart's, one of the salesmen I know, as I was going in, he said something. He said something about a walrus, and I cracked him one. I won't take that. I simply won't take that. But they do laugh at me. I know they do.
Darling.
I'm not dressing to advantage, maybe. I'm not sure. I gotta overcome it.
Willie, you are the handsomest man in the world.
Oh, no, Linda.
To me, you are the handsomest. And the boys, Willie, few men are idolized by their children the way that you are.
No, you're the greatest. You're a pal. You know that? Sometimes when I'm on the road, I just want to gather you up and kiss the life out of you. Especially when business is bad and I get the feeling I'm not going to sell anything, and I got no one to talk to. I get the feeling I'm never going to make a business for you, or a life, any kind of life for the boys, and well, there's so much I want to make for you.
Me? You didn't make me, Willie. I picked you.
You picked me, huh?
I did. I've been sitting at that desk watching the salesman go by day in and day out. But you've got such a sense of humor, and I think you're a wonderful man.
Sure. Hey, why you gotta go?
It's 2 o'clock.
No, come on in, come in.
My sisters will be scandalized. When will you be back?
Oh, 2 weeks about. Will you come see me again?
Sure. You do make me laugh. It's good for me.
You pick me, huh?
Sure. Because you're so sweet and such a kidder.
Well, I'll see you the next time I'm in Boston.
Well, I'll see you go right through to the buyers.
All right. Bottoms up!
You just kill me. And thanks for the stockings. I do love a lot of stockings. Well, night.
Good night. And keep your pores open!
You are really the handsomest. You have no reason to feel that anyone should be making fun of you.
Oh, I'll make it up to you, Linda.
There's nothing to make up to. You're doing fine, better than fine.
What's that?
I'm just mending my stockings. They're so expensive.
I won't have you mending stockings in this house. Now, throw them out!
Where is he? If he doesn't study...
Well, you'll give him the answers.
Oh, I do, but I can't. It's the Regents. That's the state exam. They're liable to arrest me.
Where is he? Biff? I'll whip him.
You better return that football, Willie. It's not nice to steal from people, you know.
Why's he taking everything? I'll whip him. Biff!
All the mothers are afraid of him, you know.
Oh,
He's driving the car without a license.
oh, Biff! Shut up! Biff, where is he? I'll whip him.
Mr. Birnbaum says he's stuck up.
Oh, shut up! Shut up!
If he doesn't buckle down, he's gonna flunk back.
Will you get out of here?
You've got to talk to that boy. We don't want him flunking out.
Oh, there's nothing the matter with him. You want him to be a worm like Bernard? He's got spirit. Loaded with it. What is he stealing? He's giving everything back. Why is he stealing? Why, I told him. I never told him anything but decent things. Why would he? Why is he?
Let's go now, Pop. Come on.
Huh? Why did she have to wax the floors herself? Every time she waxes the floor, she keels over and she knows that.
Take it easy. What brought you back tonight?
Oh, I had an awful scare. I nearly hit a kid in Yonkers. My God, why didn't I go with my brother Ben that time? He begged me to go. That man was a genius. He was success incarnate. God, why didn't I go?
Well, there's no use in bringing
Oh, you guys. There was a man who started with the clothes on his back and ended up with diamond mines.
Boy, someday I'd like to know how he did it.
Now what's the mystery? He walked into a jungle and at the age of 21 he comes out and he's rich. Well, the world's an oyster, but you don't crack it open on a mattress.
I told you I'm going to retire you for life.
You retire me for life? On your 70 goddamn dollars a week with your women and your car and your apartment? And you retire me for life? For Christ's sakes, the woods are burning, boys. I couldn't get past Yonkers today. The woods are burning. There's a place that I can't drive a car. Everything all right?
Yeah, Charlie. Everything's all right.
What's the matter?
I heard some noise. Thought something happened. Can't we do something about the walls? You sneeze in here and my house has to blow off.
Let's go to bed, Dad. Come on.
Nah, I'm not tired at the moment. You go ahead on.
Take it easy, huh?
Yeah. What are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep good. Had a heartburn.
You don't know how to eat.
I eat with my mouth.
Nah, you're ignorant. You gotta know about vitamins and things like that.
Come on, let's shoot some.
All right. We got some cards.
Someplace. So what's with those vitamins?
Building bones, chemistry, stuff like that.
Little bones in a heartburn.
What are you talking about? You know the first thing about it?
Don't get insulted.
Now don't talk to me about something you don't know anything about.
So what are you doing home?
I had a little trouble with the car.
I'd like to take a trip to California.
You don't say.
You want a job?
I got a job. I told you that. Oh, what the hell you offer me a job for?
Get insulted?
Don't insult me.
I don't see no sense in it. You don't have to go on this way.
I got a goddamn job. What do you keep coming in here for?
Want me to go?
Hey, Charlie, I don't understand it. He wants to go back to Texas. I mean, what the hell is that? Yeah, but I got nothing to give him, Charlie. I'm clean. I'm clean.
You won't starve. None of them starve. Forget about it.
Yeah, but then what the hell have I got to remember?
Take it too hard. To hell with it. When a deposit bottle is broken, you don't get your nickel back.
Yeah, that's easy for you to say.
That ain't easy for me to say.
You see the ceiling I put up in the living room?
Yeah, that's a piece of work. Put up a ceiling is a mystery to me. How do you do it?
What's the difference?
Well, talk about it.
Why, are you going to put up a ceiling?
How could I put up a ceiling?
Then what are you bothering me for?
You're insulted again.
A man who don't know how to handle tools is not a man, Charlie. You're disgusting.
Don't call me disgusting, Willie.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting awfully tired, man.
I'm going to keep playing. We'll sleep then. Did you call me Ben?
See, that's funny. For a minute there, you reminded me of my brother Ben.
I only have a few minutes.
You never heard from him again since that time, did you?
What, didn't Linda tell you? A couple of weeks ago, we got a letter from his wife in Africa. He died.
Is that so?
So this is Brooklyn, huh?
Maybe you're for some of his money.
Nah, there's only one chance I had with them, and he's got 7 sons, and so...
I must make a trade, William. There are several properties I'm looking at in Alaska.
Sure, if I had gone with him to Alaska that time, everything would have been totally different.
Go on, you're going to froze to death up there.
What are you talking about?
Opportunity is tremendous in Alaska, William. Surprised you're not up there.
Sure, tremendous. Oh, that was the only man I ever met who knew all the answers.
Who?
How are you all?
Fine, fine.
Shark tonight.
Is Mother living with you?
No, she died a long time ago.
Who?
Oh, that's too bad. Fine specimen of a lady, Mother.
Huh?
I'd hope to see the old girl.
Who died?
What do you mean, who died?
Heard anything from Father, have you?
What are you talking about?
William, it's 8:30.
Hey, that's my build. No.
I put the ace.
No. If you don't know how to play cards, I'm not throwing my money away on you.
It was my ace, for God's sake.
I'm through.
When did Mother die?
A long time ago. Since the beginning, you never knew how to play cards.
Yeah, fine. Next time I'll bring a deck with 5 aces.
I don't play that kind of game.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ignoramus. Ben, where you been? I've been waiting for you for so long. Where's Father?
Oh, there's a story in that.
Or did you
Is
follow
this
him?
Ben? Yeah.
How do you do, my dear?
Where have you been all these years? Willie's always wondered why you've never come to see us.
Where's Father? Didn't you follow him?
Well, I don't know how much you remember.
Well, I was just a baby, maybe 3 or 4 years old.
3 years and 11 months.
Oh, what a memory, Ben.
I have many enterprises, William, and I've never kept books.
Oh, yeah, and I remember I was sitting under a wagon in, what was it, Nebraska?
It was South Dakota, and I gave you a bunch of wildflowers.
And wildflowers, and I was walking down an open road, you were going out ahead,
I
and
was going to find Father in Alaska.
where is he?
At that age, I had a very faulty view of geography, William. I discovered after a few days that I was heading due south, so instead of Alaska, I ended up in Africa.
Africa?
The Gold Coast, yeah.
Principally diamond mines.
Diamond mines?
Yes, my dear, but I've only a few minutes.
Oh, no, boys, come! Tell him, I want my boys to hear what kind of stuff they spring up from.
Why, boys, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle, and when I was 21, I walked out. And by God, I was rich.
You see what I'm telling you? The greatest things can happen.
I have an appointment in Ketchikan Tuesday week.
Oh, no, stay, can't you stay, Ben? I want my boys to hear, because all I remember is a man with a long beard, and I was sitting on Mama's lap around a campfire, and there was some high music.
His flute.
Yeah.
He played the flute.
The flute, that's right, you see.
Father was a very great and a very wild-hearted man. We would start in Boston, and he'd toss the whole family into the wagon, and then he'd drive the team right across the country, through Ohio and Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, and all the western states. And we'd stop in the towns and sell the flutes that he made on the way. Great inventor, Father. With one gadget, he made more in a week than a man like you could make in a lifetime.
Yeah, well, that's just the way I'm bringing them up, Ben. Rugged, well-liked, all around.
Yeah? Hit that boy, hard as you can.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
I don't think
Come on, get to me.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Good boy.
How's that, Ben? Oh, jeez, no.
Never fight fair with a stranger, boy. You'll never get out of the jungle that way. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Linda.
Have a nice trip.
And good luck with your... what do you do?
Oh, selling, yeah.
Yes, well...
Well, no, it's Brooklyn, I know, but, well, we hunt too.
Really now?
Oh, sure, that's why we moved up here. Why, there's snakes and rabbits and, Biff here, Lee can fell any one of these trees in no time. Oh, boy, when I'm going to build that apartment house, grab a load of sand, bring it back here, we're going to rebuild the front stoops right now. And watch this, Ben.
Yes, sir. I'm the devil, man. I'm losing weight. You notice?
Yeah.
Listen, if they steal any more from that building, the watchman's gonna put the cops on.
Oh, you should have seen it. Oh, you should have seen the lumber they brought home last week. The 6x10's worth all kinds of money.
No, listen, that watchman catch them.
Oh, I gave them hell, you understand, but I got a couple of fearless characters.
Really, the jails are full of fearless.
And the stock exchange,
Yeah.
friend.
Where are the rest of your pants?
My wife bought them.
Oh, now all you need is a golf club and you can go up and go to bed. Between him and his son, great athletes. Between the two of them, they can't hammer a nail.
What did you do in Portland, Miss Truman?
Oh, I decapitated him. Best week of my life.
He would have done better, except some of the stores were closed.
Yeah.
The watchman's chasing Biff!
Why? He's not stealing anything. Oh, what's the matter? There's nothing wrong.
Nervy boy. Good.
That's nerves of iron, that Biff.
Don't see how you do the business, Willie. All the salesmen in the city come back bleeding from New England. You're doing great, huh?
Contacts, Charlie, contacts. I got all kinds of important contacts.
Glad to hear it. Hey, come on in a little bit later. We'll shoot some casino. I'll take some of that Portland money.
Business is bad, Ben, but not for me.
I'll stop by on my way back to Africa.
Oh, no, Ben, can't you stay for a little while? You're just what I need. I mean, well, I got a fine position here, but Father left when I was such a little boy that I never really had a chance to talk to him, and I still feel kind of temporary about myself.
I'll be late for my train.
Oh, no, Ben,
William, you're being first rate with your boys. Outstanding, manly chaps.
Yeah, that's good to hear, Ben. That's good to hear because, well, I'm teaching them the best way I know how, but Ben, how should I be teaching them?
William, when I walked into the jungle, I was 17.
Yeah.
When I walked out, I was 21. And by God, I was rich.
Was rich, yes. That's just the spirit I want to imbue them with. To walk into a jungle, I was right. I was right. I was right. Yeah.
Really? Did you have some cheese here? It's very late. Come up to bed, huh?
You gotta break your neck to see a star in this yard.
You coming in here?
Hey, whatever happened to that diamond watch fob? You remember when my brother Ben came from Africa that time? Didn't he give me a watch fob with diamonds in it?
You pawned it there 12, 13 years ago for Biff's radio correspondence course.
Gee, well, it was a beautiful thing. I think I'll take a walk.
But you're in your slippers.
I was right. I was! Now that was the only man worth talking to.
But you're in your slippers, Willie!
I was right! I was!
What is he doing out there?
Don't hear you.
My God, Mom, how long has he been doing this?
It'll pass by morning.
What the hell is the matter with him? Shouldn't we do anything about this?
Oh, my dear, you should do a lot of things, but there's nothing to do, so go to sleep.
I never heard it so loud, Mom.
Come around more often, you'll hear it.
Why didn't you ever write me about this, Mom?
How could I write you? For over 3 months you had no address.
I was on the move, but hey, you know I thought of you all the time. You know that, don't you, pal?
I know, dear, I know it. It's just that he likes to have a letter. Just to know there's still a possibility for better things.
Well, he's not like this all the time, is he?
It's when you come home is always the worst.
When I come home?
When you write and say you're coming, he's all smiles and he talks about the future and he's just wonderful. But the closer you seem to get, the more shaky he becomes, and by the time you get here, he's arguing and seems angry at you. I think perhaps he can't bring himself to open up to you. Why are you so hateful to each other? Why is that?
I'm not hateful, Mom.
But you no sooner come in the door than you're fighting.
I don't know why. I mean to change it. I'm trying, Mom. You understand?
So are you home to stay now?
I don't know. I wanna look around, see what it's doing.
Piff, you can't look around all your life, can you?
Well, I just can't grab hold, Mom. I can't take hold of some kind of life.
Piff, a man is not a bird to come and go with the springtime.
Your hair. Your hair is so gray.
It has been gray since you were in high school. You just stopped dying, that's all.
Well, die it again, will you? I don't want my pal looking old.
You are such a boy. You think that you could go away for a year and you've got to get it into your head that one day you'll knock on that door and there'll be strange people here.
What are you talking about, Mom? You're not even 60.
But what about your father?
I meant him, too.
He admired the father.
Biff, if you don't have any feelings for him, then you can't have any feelings for me.
Well, sure I can.
No, you can't just come and see me. Because I love him. He is the dearest man in the world to me. And I will not have anyone making him feel unwanted or low or blue. You've got to get it into your mind now. There's no leeway anymore. Either he's your father and you pay him that respect, or you're not to come here. I know he's not easy to get along with. Nobody knows that better than me, but he's your father.
Hey, big fellow!
What the hell is the matter with him?
Don't go near him.
Stop making excuses for him, Mom. He's always wiped the floor with you. Never had 1 ounce of respect for you.
Yeah, he's always had respect.
What the hell do you know about it?
Just don't call him crazy, that's all.
He's got no character. Charlie wouldn't do this, spewing that vomit from his mind.
Charlie never had to cope with what he's got to.
People are worse off than Willie Loman. Believe me, I've seen them.
Then make Charlie your father, Biff! great man. Willie Logan never made a lot of money. His name was never in the papers. He's not the finest character that ever lived, but he's a human being, and a terrible thing is happening to him, so attention must be paid. He's not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention! Attention must finally be paid to such a person. You've called him crazy.
I didn't mean...
No. A lot of people think he lost his balance, but you don't have to be very smart to know what his trouble is. The man is exhausted.
Sure.
A small man can be just as exhausted as a great one. He works for a company 36 years this March, opens up unheard of territories to their trademark. And now in his old age, they take his salary away.
I didn't know that, Mom.
You never asked, my dear. Now that you get your spending money somewhere else, you don't trouble your mind with him.
I gave you money last...
Christmas time, $50. To fix the hot water heater, it costs $97.50. For 5 weeks, he's worked on a straight commission, like a beginner, an unknown.
Those ungrateful bastards.
Are they any worse than his sons? When he was young, when we brought them business, they were glad to see him. Now all of his old friends, the old buyers that loved him so and always found some order to hand him in a pinch, they're all dead, retired. He used to make 6-7 calls a day in Boston. Now he takes his valises out of the car and puts them back in and takes them out and puts them back. The man is exhausted. Instead of walking, he talks now. He drives 700 miles. And when he gets there, nobody knows him anymore. Nobody welcomes him. What goes through a man's mind driving 700 miles home without having earned a cent? Shouldn't he talk to himself? Why? When he goes to Charlie and borrows $50 a week and pretends to me it's his pay. God. How long can that go on? How long? And you see what I'm sitting here waiting for? You tell me that he has no character? A man who's never worked a day but for your benefit. What does he get enough for that? Is this his reward to turn around at the age of 63 and find his sons whom he loved better than his life? One, a philandering bum.
Ma!
Well, that's all you are, my baby. You. What happened to the love you had for him? You used to be such pals. I used to talk to him on the phone every night, and how lonely he was until he could come home to you.
All right. All right. I'll stay here in my room. I'll get a job. I'll just keep away from him, that's all.
No, but you can't stay here and fight all the time.
Oh, he threw me out of this house, remember that?
Why did he do that? I never understood why.
Because I know he's a fake and he doesn't like anybody around who knows.
Why a fake? In what way? What do you mean?
Just don't lay it all at my feet, that's all. It's between me and him. That's all I have to say. Chip in from now on. Get a job, he'll settle for half my paycheck. I'm going to bed.
He won't be all right.
I hate this city and I'll stay. Now what do you want from me?
He's dying, Biff.
How is he dying?
He's been trying to kill himself.
Why?
I live from day to day.
What are you talking about?
Remember how I wrote you that he smashed up the car again in February? Well, the insurance inspector came and he said that they have evidence that all of these accidents this last year weren't accidents.
How can they tell that? That it's just a lie.
Well, it seems there's this woman, and this woman
What
says...
woman?
What?
Go ahead.
What did you say?
Nothing. I just said what woman.
What about it?
Well, it seems that she was walking down the road and she saw his car. She said he wasn't driving fast at all and that he didn't skid. She said he came to the little bridge and deliberately smashed into the rail. It was only the shallowness of the water that saved him.
Oh, he probably just fell asleep again.
No, I don't think he fell asleep.
Why not?
Last one. Oh, boys, it's so hard to say a thing like this. He's just a big, stupid man to you, but I tell you, there's more good in him than many other people. Last month, I was looking for a fuse. The lights had blown out, and I went down the cellar, and behind the fuse box, it happened to fall out. It was a length of rubber pipe, just short.
No kidding.
There was a little attachment on the end of it. I knew right away what it was, and sure enough, at the bottom of the water heater, there's a new little nipple on the gas pipe.
Sure. Well, did you have it taken off?
I was ashamed to. How could I mention it to him? Every morning I go down and I take away the little pipe, but when he comes back, I put it back where it was. How could I insult him in that way? I tell you, boys, I know every thought in his mind. It may sound old-fashioned and silly, but he's put his whole life into you, boys, and you've turned your backs on him. If I swear to God, if his life is in your hands.
How do you like that damn fool?
All right. All right, pal. All right, that settles it. Been remiss. I know that now, Mom, but I'll stay, and I swear to you, I'll apply myself. And it's just, you see, Mom, I don't fit in business. It's not that I won't try. I'll try. I'll make good, but...
Sure you will. The problem with doing business was you never tried to please people.
No,
But like when you worked for Harrison's. Bob Harrison said you were tops. And then you go and do some damn fool thing like whistling whole songs in the elevator, like a comedian.
so what? I like to whistle sometimes.
You don't raise a guy to a responsible level who whistles in the elevator.
Don't argue about it now, boys.
Oh, I like when you go off in the middle of the day instead of taking around.
Well, so what? You take off sometimes, don't you? You take off sometimes on a nice summer day.
Yeah, but I cover myself.
Boys!
I can take a fade whenever I want. And the boss can call any number where I'm supposed to be. And they'll swear to him that I just left. I tell you something that I hate to say, Vic. But in the business world, some of them think you're crazy.
Screw the business world!
All right, screw it. But cover yourself.
You know what? They've laughed at Dad for years, and you know why? It's because we don't belong in this nut house of a city. We should be mixing cement out on some open plainer. We're carpenters. A carpenter's allowed to whistle.
Even your grandfather was better than a carpenter. You never grew up. Art doesn't whistle in an elevator, I assure you.
Yeah, but you do, Dad.
I never in my life whistled in an elevator. And who in the business world thinks I'm crazy?
I didn't mean anything like that. And don't make a whole big thing out of it, will you?
Go back west. Be a cowboy. Be a carpenter. Enjoy yourself.
What did you...
I heard what he said.
Hey, come on now.
You laughed at me, huh? Go to Filene's. Go to Slattery's. The Hub in Boston. Go out to name Willie Nolan. See what happens, big shot.
All right, Dad.
Big! All right. Why do you always insult me?
You didn't say a word. Did I say a word?
He didn't say anything, Willie. No, he didn't.
All right. Good night. Good night.
Willie did. He just decided to go...
And if you get tired of hanging around here tomorrow, you can paint the ceiling I put up in the living room.
I'm leaving early tomorrow.
He's going to see Bill Oliver, Bob.
Oliver. For what?
Well, he always said he'd stake me. Thought maybe I'd like to get into business. So maybe I can take him up on it.
Isn't that
Hey! What's wonderful about it anyway? There's 50 men in the city of New York that would stake him. Sporting goods, huh? Yeah?
Yeah, I know something about it. And,
He knows something about it. You know sporting goods better than Spaulding. How much is he giving you?
I don't know. I didn't see him yet. But
Then what are you talking about?
all I said was that I'm going to go see him.
Ah, you're counting your chickens again.
Jesus.
Hey, don't curse in this house.
Before did you get so crazy?
Oh, don't use that language around me. I don't have
Wait
it.
a minute. I got an idea here. I got a feasible idea. Come on, let's talk some sense here, Vic. When I was down in Florida last time, I had a great idea to sell sporting goods. You and I, we form a line, see? The Loman line. We train a couple of weeks, and then we put on a couple of exhibitions, you see?
Hey, well, that is an idea.
We form 2 basketball teams, 2 water polo teams, and then we play against each other. It's $1 million worth of publicity, don't you see? 2 brothers. Imagine the displays in the Royal Palms, and all the hotels, and the banners over the rings and the basketball courts. Loman Brothers. Baby, we could sell sporting goods.
That is a $1 million idea.
It's marvelous.
Well, I'm in great shape as far as that's concerned.
And the beauty of it is, Vic, it wouldn't be like a business. I mean, we'd be out playing ball again.
Yeah, that's...
$1 million.
And you wouldn't get fed up with it either. What? If you wanted to go out, there'd be the honor and comradeship. If you wanted to go out for a swim or something, you could do it without some smart cookie getting up ahead of you.
Lick the civilized world. You boys together could absolutely lick the civilized world.
Hey, I'll see y'all over tomorrow. If we could work that out.
I think everything...
Will you stop interrupting? But listen, don't wear your sports jacket and slacks when you see y'all.
No.
You wear your business suit. You talk as little as possible. Don't crack any jokes.
Well, he did like me. He always liked me.
Will you stop? I want you to go in there. They're serious. All right, you're not applying for a boy's job. You're applying for a man's job. Money is to pass. Be quiet, fine, and serious. Everybody likes a kidder, but no one lends him money.
I'll try to get some myself, Biff. I'm sure I can.
Oh, yeah. I see great things for you boys. I think maybe now your troubles are over. But start big. Remember, you start big, you'll end big. Ask for $15,000, huh? How much are you going to ask for?
Gee, I don't
No,
know.
don't say G. G's a boy's word. A man walking in for $15,000 does not use words like G.
Well, 10 would be tops, though.
Nah, don't be so modest. You always start too low. I want you to walk in there with a big laugh. Don't look nervous. You start off with a couple of your good stories to lighten things up. Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You remember, personality will always carry the day, boys.
Oliver always at the height.
Will you let me talk?
Hey, will you stop?
I was talking to, wasn't I?
Well, all I said was that I just don't want
You
you
taking over this house now? You taking over?
Not Willie.
Don't take his side all the time, goddamn it! You're welcome. Give my best to Bill Oliver. Remember?
Why did you have to start that? Did you see how sweet he was the moment you talked hopefully? Come on and say goodnight to him. Don't let him go to bed that way.
Come on, Biff. Let's buck him up.
Please, dear, just come and say goodnight. It takes so little to make him happy. Come. Willie, your pajamas are hanging up in the bathroom, dear.
What a woman. And they broke them over. They made her. You know that, Biff?
He's off salary. My God, working on a commission.
Did it? Well, let's face it. He's no hotshot selling man. But you do have to admit, sometimes he's a sweet personality.
Willie, can you do something about the shower, dear? Rick.
All of a sudden everything's falling to pieces. That goddamn puppet on me soon.
Hey, lend me $10, will ya? I want to go buy some new ties.
Sure, I'll take you to a place I know. Beautiful stuff. Wear one of my striped shirts tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to go into Oliver tomorrow. And I'm going to knock him for...
Come on up. Turn it to Dad, huh? Let's give him a whirl.
You know, $10,000.
Boy, that's talk. That's the first time I heard your confidence, actually. You're going to live with me, kid. And I'm telling you, any baby you want, just say the word.
Do you think Kid Oliver might remember him? I don't know.
Remember him? What's the matter with you? Wait till Oliver gets a look at him. If he had stayed with Oliver, he'd be tough by now. Why, you don't know the average caliber of a young man today. The average caliber of a young man today is 0. The greatest thing was for him to bum around out west.
Come on, Biff. Pop,
Yeah, glad to hear it.
you wanted to say goodnight to this boy.
Uh-huh. All right. What do you got to say?
Just take it easy, Pop, all right?
Yeah, oh, and if anything falls off the desk when you go in and see Oliver tomorrow, like a package or something like that, don't pick it up. They got office boys for things like that.
I'll make a big breakfast.
Will you please let me finish. So, don't tell him you were in the business. Tell him you were in the business in the West, not farm work.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
I think everything's going to be all right.
Don't undersell yourself. No less than 15,000, you hear me?
All right. Good night, Mom.
Because you got greatness in you, Biff. You got all kinds of greatness in you. You remember that.
Sleep well, darling.
I'm gonna get married, Mom. I wanted to tell you.
Go to sleep, dear.
I just wanted to tell you, that's all.
Keep up the good work, Dad. You remember that Ebbets Field game? Oh, he was the tallest, huh?
I think it was. But you need to rest, dear. Would you like me to home to you?
Yeah, go ahead and hug to me. Yeah. He was out there with the sun all around him.
Yes, go.
Oh, like a young Hercules, like a god or something like that. Oh, and he waved to me right up from the field with the representatives of the 3 colleges standing by.